to kind of create a quick video to kind of talk about a couple of different topics. But what recently came out is if you're watching the news or anything like that, but I wanted to talk about the unemployment rate and kind of what to do about that. So let me share my screen real quick. Generally speaking, whenever we look at the economy, which is a good indication of kind of a couple of things, right? But generally speaking, we like to look at unemployment rates, especially as they correlate with entrepreneurship and especially getting access to funding. If we pulled up the BLS.gov chart of unemployment within the United States, you can see that we were kind of trending upwards. Obviously, there was a peak of unemployment in 2020, right during the COVID pandemic of 14.8%, very low interest rates. And kind of that started an abundance of funding offered to entrepreneurs. 0% interest credit cards, PPP loans, ZIDL loans, SBA funding, low interest funding, really across the board. As the unemployment rate has gone down, as you can see, it kind of lowered into the threes, right? And then we're steadily going up now at a 4.3% unemployment rate. It's important to consider entrepreneurship, right? With the hirings across the board kind of slowing down, most individuals are looking to entrepreneurship in order to get access to funding. Well, the number one question that we try to answer on our website, ajdoesfunding.com, is how to get access to business funding. Generally speaking, and it's very important, generally speaking, our program, our organization looks at entrepreneurs, business owners, veterans, medical doctors, and we like working with those individuals that have issues with their qualifications of credit, cash flow, and even collateral. I think it's an important aspect to take in consideration. On average, whenever we work with entrepreneurs to do a couple of things, we want to make sure that you're designed and set up in order to get access to a large capital raise. And that's something that we intend to do through our program. Just know, right, I'll pull this up now. Just know kind of what we do is we offer the Business Accelerator program. This is offered on our website for free. And the Business Accelerator program, once you sign up for this program itself, just know that there's no cost. I know there's a ton of entrepreneurs that will sell courses, ebooks, DIY pamphlets. Just know that we provide the Business Accelerator program to you for free. When you sign up for the Business Accelerator program, we provide you access to free credit repair. We show you how to get access to business funding, funding fulfillment, SBA readiness, and even SBA funding, which is really what I wanted to talk about today while we're on the Zoom. Well, just know, right, whenever we work with entrepreneurs in any basis, it's important to take in consideration different sources of funding. Most entrepreneurs that we talk to have issues with their credit, their cash flow, or even their collateral. Our program's really designed that we want to provide a fundable business to you, and that way we can achieve a large capital raise. And we like using the SBA as a resource. Recently, inside the newsroom, you'll see that they pressed out a new release as of yesterday. And they talk about Trump's deliverance of record capital to small businesses. And this is really just kind of a proving point that this is a resource designed for entrepreneurs, business owners, medical doctors, veterans, women, minorities that aren't able to access funding the traditional ways. If we take a look at this article here, and I'll read it verbatim, what they're saying is that the SBA announced that it will close the fiscal year of 2025, the current year that we're in right now, and that the SBA has delivered more capital ever to small businesses thanks to a surge in demand and confidence under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump. On top of that, in total, agency has guaranteed over 84,000 SBA 7A and 504 loans for a total of $44.8 billion. This includes, of course, 6,750,504 loans for $7.8 billion and 77,000 7A loans for $37 billion. The majority of these SBA loans for the fiscal year 2025 small business loans were approved by Donald Trump when he took office in January 2025. Well, what does this mean? Well, this is just showing that the SBA is a resource working with over 1,000 lenders across the country, and they're providing access to funding to entrepreneurs and business owners that cannot access funding the traditional ways. How they provide access to funding is through the lender match system. Just know that the lender match system is really designed for entrepreneurs and business owners that cannot get access to funding anywhere else. Do know that if you want access to funding, you need 3 things. The first thing that you need is a fundable business, a loan package, and collateral. That's what we intend to provide for you through our program. The second step is when you have those items, you're going to apply and you're going to start the matching process. This takes about 2 days or so. And just know when you start the matching process, you'll get a created list of different lenders that express interest in your loan. And you can even talk to these lenders and compare rates and terms and fees. That's what our team's there to do. And you're working with independent lenders, right? There's over 1,000 lenders on the platform. We're going to find the best rate, terms, and fees with you. And you're going to work with a project manager and a funding coordinator in order to get this done. And then once done, you're going to apply for a loan. They do offer same-day funding in most cases. But what's important here is that we get ready, right? If we're looking to get access to a large capital raise, it's important to do a couple of different things. The first thing that we want to do is have a lender-compliant business plan. This is important for lines of credit, credit cards, equipment, real estate, SBA loans, investment capital. I mean, you name it, you probably need a lender-compliant business plan. This is something that we provide for free through our program. What's important is that we need to describe our uses of funds, right? We need to be able to show the underwriter how we intend to pay back this loan after we're funded. And we also need to be able to show how we're going to use the funding. The uses of funds are determining how much money we can borrow, and we're describing how much funding that we can borrow and use both qualitatively and quantitatively, okay? We're going to use third-party feasibility data in the form of financial projections to show the underwriter how we intend to pay back that loan after we're funded. On top of this, they don't need a minimum credit score, time in business, or revenue per month, but we provide access to free credit repair with our program, so your credit score should never hold you back. But the biggest thing that they're looking for is collateral. Just know that collateral is used to guarantee the loan, provide that second source of loan repayment. And of course, with our program, if we're looking to get access to funding of any magnitude, we provide those assets as collateral through our program itself. But if you want to do this yourself, you can always use your home, your car, any other inventory or property that you own, okay? But now that we've described a couple of things, I want to show you how our program works. If you scroll down on ajdoesfunding.com, you'll see that there's 4 steps. Step 1 is to sign up for the free credit repair. This is on guaranteedcreditrepair.com. You can sign up for free. We provide access to free credit repair. This is important for lines of credit, credit cards, equipment, real estate, that sort of thing. And that's step 1. Step 2 is determined if you have a fundable business or not. I would say 99% of entrepreneurs that we talk to do not have a fundable business. On top of that, there's 27 mistakes that we see. We have a YouTube video that is posted on our website. I'd encourage you to review it. And that way you can see if your business is fundable or not. And we also show you ways to avoid common things that would reject you or flag you from getting access to funding. But we help entrepreneurs have a fundable business. We onboard clients every morning, Tuesday and Thursday morning here in our conference room. And we provide them a fundable business to achieve a large capital raise. And a lot of entrepreneurs will ask, well, why do I need a fundable business? Well, if you want business funding, your business has to be fundable. They're kind of synonymous. And most entrepreneurs do not know what makes a business fundable. And in return, they're not able to get access to business funding. Most loan brokers and credit card stacking companies, they infer, or at least will expect you to already have a fundable business. We work with entrepreneurs that don't have one already. What makes a business fundable, the first point is the business paydex score. A business paydex score ranges from 0 to 100, and 80 plus or higher is considered good, right? This shows good business credit, and it shows financial reliability to lenders, vendors, and even leasing companies. On top of that, your business needs to have the capacity to take on debt. If you're looking to get access to funding of any magnitude, you need to make sure that you have all the components that makes a business fundable. Step one, of course, is going to be able to do a couple of things, but you want to make sure that you have a fundable business. We, of course, provide that. And then we also provide a lender-compliant business plan for free. And this is important for getting access to loans, lines of credit, and grants. But we need to demonstrate to the underwriter how we intend to use the funding and also how we intend to pay that back. And that's something that we provide for free. One of the mistakes that we see entrepreneurs make is not having a unique commercial lease. They will use a virtual office, they will use a post office box, they'll use a home address, some sort of shared co-working space. That's going to prevent you from getting access to a large capital raise. You need to have a unique commercial address, especially if you're looking to get access to funding of $100,000 or more. That's something that we, of course, provide for free, as we are sitting in our commercial address right now, okay? Just know that most entrepreneurs do not have a business that's compliant and good standing or, quite frankly, fundable. If you have a business that's over 2 years old, if you do not have tax returns and bank statements that show revenue and profitability, you're probably going to get rejected with those underwriters because they're going to expect bank statements and tax returns for a business that's over 2 years old. On top of that, if your organization is not clean or compliant, if it has a UCC lien, a derogatory, a high-risk industry code, or even a high-risk name, it's going to prevent you from getting access to funding. Not saying that you can't operate your business, but it's not fundable. We provide a fundable business using a shelf corp on shelfcorps.com. And that way we can use that for the capital raise. You can keep your existing business available to do your operations out of. On top of that, we also provide those assets as collateral. That's really what you pay for with our program, and that's what we provide. We do also develop the financial statements in step 3, and we, of course, provide creditworthiness by the free credit repair and the business paydex score. But if you want access to any source of funding listed on our website, you need to have a fundable business, okay? And really what you would do is go into the enroll page to sign up. What you need to do is enroll into a fundable shelf corp. What you need to do is sign the contract listed here on the website. If you scroll down, you'll see it. You'll sign the contract here by clicking the little orange button. Once this is signed, I'll reach out to you to plan onboarding. Just let me know if you want to come in person to our office here in Tyler, Texas, or do it remotely. It'll take about 10, 15 minutes or so. The next step is we're going to pay for the program. Just know that we normally charge about $10,000 for the service line. Fortunate for you, of course, we have a grant that pays 90% of this out-of-pocket cost. And of course, if you don't see the benefit of spending $1,000 or refundable deposit to guarantee a large capital raise, you can definitely do this yourself, right? You don't need to use our shelf corp. If you already have a fundable business, we would move on to step 3. But 99% of clients that we talk to are not fundable because their business is not ready. It's not prepared for a large capital raise. On top of that, we do plan to increase the price soon up to $2,500. Just kind of keep that in mind, okay? But we do about one of these per week. And what I mean by that is it takes about a week to put the fundable business and the loan package and the collateral on your name. That way we can apply for funding. And of course, if we're applying for funding with the SBA as a resource, really any other funding resource, it takes about 5 minutes to apply, 2 days to get matched, and they do offer same-day funding. Do keep in mind, though, right, this is our office here, and you can read through this information. There are competitors. I would encourage everyone to maybe call, text, or schedule an appointment with any of our competitors. Just know that they charge anywhere between $5,000 to $20,000 for a comparable solution. They do not normally provide a business plan, a commercial address, financial statements, or even collateral, okay? We are accredited through the Better Funding Bureaus, you can see here in our certification. But if you are interested in getting access to funding, we want to know how much funding do you need, what do you need it for, and I want to see if you already have a fundable business already. So if you want to, you can schedule a call with us directly on the website. When you do a one-on-one call, we'll talk and call you individually. This will be my phone number that I'll call you on, 469-940-5254. But if you have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, please feel free to schedule a call on our website or give us a call, text, or email to this information below, okay? All right, guys, well, I do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in.